Did you have any unexpectedly affirming moments for you while you were abroad?
Yes. So, okay, this might sound a little bit weird because I think to some people this would be really like invalidating,
Mhm.
but the German language is very gendered, very like binary gendered, in a way that we can kind of get around in English. Like in English, like we talk about pronouns, but like if I'm saying I'm a student, I'm just saying I'm a student. But if I'm trying to get that like student price ticket into a museum in Germany, I am announcing to the world whether I am a male student
Right.
or like if I'm also a woman. Like, so that kind of wasn't ideal for me. But while I was there, I actually became a lot more comfortable with just kind of existing and going with whatever people were calling me. And there
Mhm.
were days when like I would be out in the world and someone would use the feminine to refer to me, and 15 minutes later someone would use the masculine to refer to me. And then I would be in like a social situation and people would just be trying really hard not to use gendered terms at all. And I was like, this is really validating. Like I feel so affirmed right now in like the fact that I mess with gender. And like that's what matters to me more than a specific pronoun. And I feel like I'm very lucky to be able to say that because I come from a place where like my community is so supportive and I don't feel like I need to worry about being like respected.
Mhm.
Because I feel like I am, and I'm so incredibly lucky to be in that position. And that makes it so that like I'm not taking it so seriously when it's strangers.
Yeah.
Um, and that whole experience just with like language and gender and creating a little bit of like chaos
Yeah.
was wonderful.
Oh, that's amazing. I love that. Yeah, I had a pretty similar experience in part because Spanish is also a very gendered language.
Right.
And it was something where I my relationship with queerness is has more to do with my sexuality than my gender, but
Mhm.
there are of course overlaps, and it's something where yeah, we're on she her and all, but that's maybe subject to change.
Right.
So right, she heard for now, she heard temporary. And I had a kind of similar experience where I feel like a lot of conversations around queerness, at least in the States, it can kind of get into this like overly academic, like hyphenated, like very heady like language type of conversation as
Yeah.
opposed to like an action and expression and like lived
Hmm.
experience based conversation. And like I remember I was sitting in the park one time in Quito and somebody literally like went out of his way, like stopped me to be like, "Are you a boy or a girl?" And I said, "Mind your business." And he said, "Okay," and left. And
Good for you.
again, that was something where I was like, maybe I should feel like offended by that or whatever, but I wasn't. It was something that was like also very validating, where I was like, yeah, I like that this person who like I don't even think is like acknowledging me in a, intentionally respectful way at all, but somebody
Mhm.
is seeing me in a different cultural context, but in the way that I feel, and I felt that that was really surprisingly validating. But aside from that, I think the more obvious, unexpected moment of affirmation for me was just falling in love. I didn't think that that was something that was going to happen for me. And now I have a girlfriend, and that's so awesome.
That's so
You
beautiful.
know, we were just
Oh,
like on
wait.
the beach together and like gay, and it was like, oh wow, like life is paradise. Wow.
Oh my goodness. Oh, I am so happy for you.
Thank you, thank you.